Lich, how is it you're always like first or second in the stream? What do you do for a living, man? Hang out and watch Eminem stuff. Hire 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 Lich to be our fan. Nice. uh love your support. By the way, I'm just messing with you. Justin Beard, how's it going? Urban Artifact Beer. 1 second. Artifactbeer.com. Urban Artifact Beer. Oh, I like that logo, dude. Spark my curiosity. Cappy Snacks. That's pretty cool. I was like, that's just a name. And I was like, it kind of sounds like a brand, so I looked it up. I don't drink beer, so it's kind of useless to me. But and it's also in the States, it seems. So getting beer over the border, a little time consuming. That's pretty cool. You own a brewery. Is it? It's like obviously successful. That's pretty cool. Having some chicken strips I took home from KFC. Oh man, KFC chicken strips. KFC chicken, and also I like what's that? Popeyes chicken. Both are bangers. All right. We're just doing some texture refinition today. So not a lot. Hex, how's it going? Not too bad. How's it going with you? The gnome does look a lot better, yeah. Today we're doing some boring stuff. So if you guys wanna talk about stuff, we can do that. We're taking this texture, which used to be this, and I did a little, I added some of the AO onto it that Harrison was able to provide. And now, essentially, we just go in and paint in some stuff, like so. And that's all I'm doing today, is just painting in creases on rocks. So not too exciting. But there's some things, like some of these rock, like definitions that just don't make sense, and you're like, oh, well, that should be 2 rocks. I don't know how long this is going to take, so we'll see. Might be that this takes a half hour and I can do some other stuff. Munchie says Popeyes better than KFC. Popeyes is pretty good. I really like their sandwiches. Their spicy sandwiches. I have not gotten around to their current deal that I don't expect it to be particularly hot, but they have a ghost pepper thing going on. And it feels like they get to say ghost pepper and get all the cool, like, ooh, ghost pepper, it's super hot, without it actually being hot. They get the ghost pepper clout, essentially. But who knows, maybe it is actually hot. What's up with you, Tyhex? What are you up to? First time chatter. Who are you? I'm coming in with way too much energy. Don't you think so? I just looked over at my girlfriend. She like looked at me and was like, I don't know about this. Playing some hardcore classic WoW at the moment, doing some work with you in the background. Nice. Multitasking. Like, does that feel better? Or should I get rid of that? Yeah, I should get rid of that. It should be like it goes down and then it casts a shadow on this instead. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I meant to play Classic WoW last night, but I got too caught up in doing the Wood Elf gear concept. I'm almost done that. We'll probably finish that maybe even today, even after this rock stuff, depending on how well this goes. I don't know yet. I haven't made a hardcore character yet. I was playing on PvP non-hardcore. Yeah, I was playing the most recent thing that came out. The new progression servers that are, but I realized that it's probably a bad idea for me to play on the progression servers because I've never liked playing anything more than TBC because I'm slow as fuck and it just means that I have to have or chase a thing that I'll never reach, and so I think I might restart again. Truly restart on like White Mane or something. Have you thought about what the Deep Elven gear will look like? No, they don't have a hardcore PvP. I'm not playing on a hardcore PvP server. As in, I literally haven't started hardcore, is what I mean. Not that I'm hardcore on a PvP server, because that would be insane. God, that'd be wild. Can you imagine? That is wild. I had a good Thanksgiving couple or in October. A glittery purple dress, maybe. I wouldn't mind having like a wizard robe with like stars on it, but it would have to be done tastefully. There might be some zones where you can see some light like that, where caves open up, but most likely not. There was some talk about that happening with the deep elf city, like a little glimmer crack that shines through. Remember when Pirates of the Caribbean made a canon that the world was flat? Wasn't that fucking wild? Nobody batted an eye. I was gonna say, is or was? I was like, I remember playing like a single player game of that on Xbox, but I didn't know that there's still an MMO going on. That's fucking wild. I'll have to check that out. You know, it goes around like a cube or something. Oh, it's fan made. That's cool. Okay, so you can sort of see the progress. Just some slight touching up. certain things, adding shadows where they didn't exist to separate certain elements that look like they should be separated. We just did this with a grass texture, and it looked really good. I'm not going to show it now because I want you guys to have to wait till December for our yearly thing, because there's a lot of progress. You guys are going to be excited. And I'm not like just saying that so that you guys go, oh, Monsters and Memories makes a lot of progress. It's like, no, this month was insane, actually. And then this month is going to be pretty big on top of that month. I'm not doing this. Yearly thing you say? I heard it here first, guys. Play task confirm. No. Definitely not. Definitely incorrect. Right? Please? How was the playtest for you guys, by the way? I know that some of you have already been to my last stream where I asked that, so if you have already answered, ignore that. But if you haven't answered, and you did and were in the playtest, or the stress test, I mean, how was it? How did you guys find it? Was it a decent bit smoother? It was. I was quite happy with that. It is nice. We do have, at least we have people clamoring for a playtest. You know? That's nice. And so we'll look at this. Very nice. You spent an hour looking for me, dude? Do you know where I was? Someone found me and I gave them a Wormsbane cloak. You know where I was? Yeah, I gave them a Wormsbane cloak. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that person running around or anything. It was an ogre. There was actually a gnome that found me first. But then the gnome just looked at me and walked away. And I typed into the chat and I even whispered them. But then they just walked away. And so I was like, okay, well, fuck you, I guess. So, that happened. You know the Four Joiners camp? There's a cave underneath. That all the deep players would camp. Yeah. That is where I was. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do something crazy. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I even had a little torch on so people would like be able to really see me. So, by the way, this is the new technique that we're doing for textures. So, it's a lot less hand-painted, but it actually means that we'll be able to make the environment look good. There's still some hand-paintedness to it. I didn't paint this whole thing. This is a technique that Harrison has been working on. He's been doing some substance designer stuff, and he's found a really, really unique and effective way. Whoa, Tyhex, thanks for the prime. 2 months. Hold on, I need to read some stuff before I get into the texture process. I need to read some stuff. Bunny and I went straight up to Shaded Dunes, and that was pretty fun. Kept looking around the at one point, there were 4 times jackals on the road. As soon as you zoned in, instant death. Jesus. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to zone in at the road, which is nice, right? Like, if you run off to the side and then jump over, you can zone in there and it will line you up. Stun units. I feel like they will, but only at higher levels. Tsunami-san. Speaking of torches, do you think they will have light sources that don't burn out? We will have different light sources that will negate the need to continue to get different light sources, you know, all the time. So there's going to be light sources that are going to burn for a lot longer. There's going to be light sources that probably burn brighter. There's going to be light sources that burn duller but longer. Possibly some mushroom stuff, glowing mushroom stuff for the deep. Like, we got plans for a decent amount of progression for torches. So that's cool as hell, right? Is that Goblina art or just some random goblin character? That was Goblina, I think. Or it might have been... I forget which one. You'll have to... Someone will have to sub again for me to remember which one. Kidding, don't do that. Oh, he's owned by the water cave and won't attack you. Yep. How's it going, Chinny? How's it going, Sirenth? Oogdroog, by the way. Thank you.
You've received a new quest card.
Just contribute to 7,500 to get more Goblin.
Whoa!
Praise be.
Okay. Okay, hold on. God, that looks so much better already. Alright, we're gonna open up.
You've received a new quest card.
Whoa!
Can add mine to the same.
Okay, hold on. You guys, 2 Goblina drawings? Okay. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Alright. Goblina chat. Alright, we'll do one random and we'll do one that you want. What is the custom? Don't cheap out on that. You know, if you get a custom one, use it. No, one's random. The other is not random. I guess we already do have one Goblina dancing though. I think. Yeah. Sort of. Is that hand too large? Or arm too long? No, it should be good. Okay, can you chill the fuck out with that, Ginny? That is wild. Holy shit, is that a copy pasta? That has to be a copy pasta, right? That's my first time ever fucking seeing that. Oh, holy shit. When did they invent channel points? Because I feel like it can't be that old if it was like channel point related. Unless it got like oh shit, I forgot. 1 second. Forgot that she has a cape. Unless it got like, you know, co-opted or whatever and changed for Twitch. Classic X on knee bandages. Hold on, wait, what? Am I fucked? You guys need to call me out on this shit. I think the legs need to be inverted. Right? I guess it could work either way. Maybe. I don't know anymore. This... No, I'm wrong. I could have left it. But I'm not gonna leave it anymore. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Alright, so what's the who got this? Lemon candies, never seen these? Oh. Redeemed who redeemed it? Siren's redeemed this. What the? Redeemed custom doodle. Why does it say not say the name? Is it Unchained? Unchained? Alright, Unchained, what do you want? Oh, she's sneaking. whatever. Okay. Oh, I think I need to take these and just quickly move them down here. I want to do like a giant Goblina. Snoozing. But I think I messed up. How am I gonna do that? I should do it like this. So I'll just start over. So weird drawing Goblina a little bit like bigger. I get a bigger resolution, I mean. Goblina stealing from Goblina. Well, this is sufficiently stupid as fuck. So I'm happy with it. Hey, what's the Goblina sketch of? This is Goblina. This Goblin has all the fat loots. Yep, true. Hey, Paytas. What's up? Hold on. Let me turn off anti-aliasing. Let's cut off some of her head so it feels a little bit better. Let's add a couple of stray hairs here. Paytas, guess what we're doing today? I mean, you can read, so not really much of a surprise, but all right, there we go. We got textures, yeah. Let's open up Goblin chat again because that thing broke a bit. Alright, it's just the head right here is a little bit too big. So I need to chill out on that. There we go. That feels better. Alright, so we have a Goblina about to loot another Goblina, a giant Goblina. Fun. Alright, we're moving on. So here's the progress so far on touching up some of these. I was actually just about to get into this, and then I got interrupted by Goblina work. So, essentially, we take this, this texture right here, and I add in some details that clarify some of the stuff on the rocks. And that's it. That's pretty much it. And honestly, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot already. Like I feel like I could just go, yep, this is good, but I'm gonna put a little extra effort into it. How long have we been streaming? An hour, and then last 10 minutes. So of that was whatever, or not an hour.
That's my girl.
Been streaming 50 minutes.
That's my girl.
So that means that I've been working on this for about 45 minutes or 30 minutes. So, not too long. And we have it looking in a really good state. There's some places that I want to take out some of the AO, but then there's other pieces I want to emphasize. But the AO helped a lot. Rogaro, just subscribed to Tier 1. Thank you. Say anything to your comment. That's silly. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It is helpful. Again, thank you, Rugaru. You guys give us hope for an MMO? Give you hope for an MMO? That's cool. Thing is, like, I don't even want to play like classic WoW. I just want this game to come out, you know? Like, but there's something to be said, like, you know, I could just be playing it as is in its state, and that's fine, but I also really want it when, like, everybody else is there. Because that's the aspect that I love about it. Social nature is fantastic. Well, okay, actually, I will say. That handling 500 people, it started to be pretty rough. I mean, it was playable, especially in comparison to what it was before, right? Like, huge improvement. But around 400 people, it was clean. Around 400 people was like no mobs were hopping around. It was like, it felt really good at 400. 500 started to hurt it a bit. 600 was like, oh, holy moly. Okay. But yeah, 400 was fucking clean. Well, unless we're talking about Lich's mom. Okay, alright. Fuck. I'm sorry, Lich. I don't even think you're here to see that. Oh, holy shit, that's dumb. That's dumb. If the game is in HDRP, are you doing all the different textures in HDRP? Also, are you just or just the visual effects? Well, the textures don't need to be done in HDRP. HDRP can take any texture as far as I'm aware. Unless here, Paytas, if you're around and you can answer this, let me know. But as far as I know, HDRP is just a way of handling materials. And so we can put any material or any texture into a material and handle it that way, no problem. And so all of our textures / materials are HDRP because they have to be HDRP. And so that means is that we get a lot of unique like things to play with that you don't get with the built-in shader. Yeah, HDRP is a shader thing, not a texture thing. We put the textures in to HDRP and then or into Unity, and HDRP is then able to take that and go, okay, how do you want this to look, right? And we go, well, we have this, and then we have a height map, and then we have the normals for this, and I would like you to look at all this other stuff that is related to this texture, and then we're able to just put it in game and display it with the settings that we like to showcase off all the cool texture work. Shaders use the textures though, but we don't have anything specific for them to work with HDRP, says Paytas. Yeah, those questions. Some of those questions are coming from YouTube. I don't have YouTube chat showing up though, so sorry, my bad. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I'm just like Goblin, why does your art look so good? I don't understand. How do you do what you do? And then I just get to say all that, you know, like, oh, thank you so much. Like, and you guys are like, where are these questions coming from? I just made them up. Nobody asked that. Just... Goblin, how are you so handsome and stylish? And how do you know exactly what to say at all times? Just... I just made these up. We thought so. Dude, I'm sorry, my energy is way up top right now. It needs to chill the hell out. I'm not... You guys aren't here to hear, like, my practice routine. You know? I'm not practicing my bits and sets on you. Just take it down a notch. Rocky texture for floor, correct. Yep. So what I've done here, if you can see, is I have this texture that goes over top of everything, right? And it changes some of these textures so that you can actually see some definition of the rock. But then I have this extra layer, so I get, it only really goes up to 10, it only really goes up, or 100%, right? But if I add an extra layer, I can get it to go up to 110%. So 110. Right now it only goes up to 100, but I kind of want to work with some people to make 110% opacity a thing. Right after I said I wouldn't practice my bits on you, here I am, talking about 110% opacity. And now we need to, I think I need to go in and touch up some of this. Actually, I wonder. Oh no, it's actually worth it. It's worth it to just go in and paint out some of this. Just a bit of ambient occlusion on like one side of the rock. Bo Brown. How's it going, cowboy? King Sea Dog. What's up? Working and working. Nice. Okay. What do we want from this? Is there anything else? Is there any like other place that we're like, oh, that's not good? Maybe here. Oh, fuck. Actually, hold on. I might need your guys' help. We're gonna Blue's Clues this. See you later. If you're still streaming, stay the course. We'll do. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do view. We're gonna do new guide layout. We're gonna do 5. Okay. Don't need gutters. Don't need any of that. Don't need. Oh, actually, maybe I'll put 25 and 25, but just erase it. Okay, so we have some columns here. So this will be 1, A, B. Hold on, I'm gonna get a better, more visible. Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. So, see these columns? Call out to me. Is there any rock that feels like it needs definition or something? Like it, like for example, okay, I have one right here. E4. E1 as well. Okay, E4 and E1. We'll start with those two. So that now looks pretty good. Okay. And then it was over here, right here. This rock. Right? Like, what is this? What rock is this? What rock does this? Should I cut it off like that, or should I cut it off like so? No, I just think it's a rock. I don't think it's anything special. B2 has a weird pointy pit. Okay, I'll look at B2 and D5. Next. I find the perfect brush size for this is 3. Feels just right. It gets into like the kind of detail, but it's not like too sharp and like demands too much attention or anything. It's a rock. It's a rock. Yeah. Hey, when does the play test end? Playtest already has ended, sir. It was on for about, or the stress test was on for about 4 hours, and we kept to our word this time, so. Okay, I don't like this still. This rock might be the most intensive rock. Like, it just sort of doesn't look right in terms of touching up that we've seen so far.
That's my girl.
Here are Brock's, Goblin. What's up? What's up, homie? welcome to the stream. We're just painting rocks. So, I mean, super extremely fascinating. The fact that people show up to see rocks being painted is a testament to the game, because sure hell isn't me. You came for the goblins? For that too? Yeah, well, we actually just drew some goblins. Here. We just drew these two. This goblina stealing from a large goblina that has a giant head for some reason. Oh, there's another giant head. We got lots of goblina sketches. Let's go over some of them. By the way, if you want to commission some goblina sketches, they're relatively cheap. For real, I'll do a goblina sketch for $10. Or are there points, you know, so you can hang out in the chat and you can hang out in the chat for a bit, and you'll get enough points to eventually get a random one, or for a couple extra points get one that's specific, so you can call it out. Dragon Rider Goblina? Hello? Oh shit. They wanted Goblina to fight Zukin, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And so stomping the other goblin in the water. Anyway, back to this. Did you go to college to get on your career path? I have an interest in gaming and game design, but college seems sadly out of reach for me due to low income. I would say I did go to university for fine arts. I learned a lot of stuff, but I would also say that you can learn all that stuff online easily and with your own like willingness. That's just my opinion in terms of game art and stuff. There's a lot of really good artists and really good environment artists and really good illustrators that just never went to like college or university or anything like that. I only did it because I thought at the time that it was my best chance of actually making it. You know, like it was like, hey, I'm gonna go for it. I might as well really go for it. And I ended up dropping out because I didn't like the way that they were doing things. and they were pushing artists and people, and I saw the writing on the wall a little bit, you know, for me, because there was no way that any of the connections that I would have got at university or whatever would have actually helped me, because none of them were game related. There is a chance that I could have like really whittled my way into you know, like BioWare or something like that, but also even BioWare was starting to not pour out some of the greatest stuff, and like if I were to work at BioWare now, I'd do it for the money, but I don't think I'd do it for the passion. But even then, like, with this game coming out around the corner, I think I'd just stick with Monsters and Memories. These guys have been super good to me in terms of creative freedom. The team that I get to work with is just incredible. The game that we're making is something I truly believe in. And I can still make money, and with all the commissions and influx that I get from the community. And it's not just the community, but and then also like the amount that they've added to my portfolio, that I've been able to add throughout my portfolio. It's just, yeah. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. I would say there are a couple of really good artists that you could learn from, when it comes to like for free. I would suggest picking up something like Alla Prima, which is a book by Richard Schmid. I would suggest picking up Color and Light, which is a book by James Gurney, if you're getting into painting. I would suggest getting into some gesture drawing classes to draw. Learning to draw is super important if you're looking to do this sort of work. Drawing is much more important than painting. Drawing from imagination is also super important, so there's a couple tips you can look up online for that. If you have a computer, I think you can really like go for it. But it is a grind, because, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's a fucking grind, because like I did a lot of this, and you have to save, and then you have to work at your craft after you are done working. And so you're not putting in like 40 hours, you're actually putting in like 60 hours of work if you consider this work, which, I mean, it's work and it's fun, but it's also investment and time, and it's not easy. And so you'll be working essentially 2 jobs or 3 jobs, depending if you're already working 2 jobs, trying to do this sort of stuff. Alright, okay, hold on. Let's get this list. What was it again? B2 has a weird pointy bit. This thing right here? Maybe? This? Or was it this rock? right here. But also, I'm just one story. I think Paytas, which is another developer on the team, has a different experience because I think he got into teaching as well. I assume through the university or college that he went to. Is that correct? So, like, I say you don't have to, but at the same time, it can help for sure. Let's just get rid of this one. I didn't end up getting rid of it, but I started another school, but I'm teaching at alma mater currently. It says Paytas. So Noah Skaggs, Omaki 04 Mach 1. Dude, what is your name? What do I say? Whoever asks, you can get a decent drawing tablet, a few online courses, programs for like 1K USD. That's a fraction of a single semester in college. You'll need to be passionate, disciplined, where you don't burn yourself out and pushing progress. Yeah, and like there's a lot of really good artists online, like that whole Patreon, stuff where they just teach. Like you can join, and they have like Discords and stuff, and there's really good communities that share that information around. And like there's this artist that I joined for a bit, and then I realized like maybe I shouldn't do this, because I was just on a different I think selection of my artistic journey, or a different portion of my artistic journey. But his name was Evan Edmondson, and he has a Patreon where you can learn from him. And he does a lot of really good drawing from life stuff. Or drawing from imagination stuff, I mean. Also go to conventions and engage with other game designers. Networking is important, says Paytas. Yeah, because you're into game design, not just like art. So that would help as well, yeah. Yeah, there's a decent amount of who you know. I would say it's a little bit of both, and it's also putting yourself out there. I wouldn't give up on if you don't have any connections, because you can always make connections. Or be the 1% that refused to make connections but make some banger ass game in the process. The Valheim, the Among Us. Yeah, this is looking pretty fucking good, I think. Yeah, we got a new texture artist, and actually, you want to see some of their work? I'm going to show some of their work on stream. So, we started with this on this one, and I did a decent amount of these, and then he came in and finished them all off. And then I came in and touched them all up just a little bit, or not all of them, but some of them up a bit. So it's like a combination of both of us going in and getting some really, really good definition on these leaves. And in total, I worked about an hour on this. He worked about 6 hours on this, and then I worked about another 15 minutes, and we have a texture. And then and Paytas worked about, what is it, 45 minutes on this, getting this set up, probably, maybe less. And then same thing with this is, like, I've only worked on this for an hour and a half, and it's looking near done. We got a new pig toy. That one was under 20. Nice. Yeah, we got a new pig toy for our dog. So if you hear like some oinking or whatever, they're not. I don't have a chainsaw or anything. It's my dog. Sean Eric, what's up? Yeah, let's get some of these in already. Yeah. I'm with you. We've been working on them, and I think Paytas has been just flying through these, and it's really good because that means that when we do our update, it's not like it took a huge amount of investment, but what it means is that we can go ahead and start replacing everything, and when we replace everything, it will start to look like cohesive instead of, oh, is this one texture good by itself? Can we imagine the rest of the world looking like this? It's like, no. Here's what it is going to look like. And it's not like it took like a, you know, like an insane amount of time that we spent like a year working up to this. It's like, it's way better than that because, I mean, you didn't take that long to do this. It was like a month, 2 months of work for like a huge library of stuff that we're able to go ahead and it looks good. Baleris says to the Noah Skaggs guy, also make a simple game first and share it. There's a lot more to sharing game properly than people realize. Make a text-based game that gets used to working with variables properly is money. I can see that, yeah. I wanted to do a simple game first, but it always just somehow gets out of scope. Even simple games are hard. Polishing simple games, very difficult. I'm just going in and I'm taking out some of these extra little bits of ambient occlusion on some of these rocks, just on one side though. Because they're it's a little bit too strong sometimes. So it kind of looks like the rocks can be buried a little bit. Hey, Chinny, question. If I were to throw this over to you, do you want to throw this in game and see what it looks like? Paytas, where do you think this goes? Shallow Shoals, maybe? Night Harbor Beach? Or somewhere where there's a river? Maybe somewhere in Sungreen? I could see this in Sungreen. Possibly, or Fallen Watch Beach. I could see it in a few spots. Okay, yeah. So, pick your poison, essentially. Here, let's take a look really quickly at what this all looks like. So, this is where it was. Hold on. This is where it was before. So it was like this. This, I mean. And then I added a decent amount of that stuff. And then I also added a little bit of this, which I might even take down a bit, like, what, 50%? Let me make this a group. And we did this to the whole thing. Just gave it some. Yeah, we can always color shift it. I don't know if you caught my question, Paytas, but is there a good chance that we can that you can isolate the rocks so that we can mask those out? And then if we have masked out rocks, then we can have different rock colors from the beach. If not, I might be able to mask them out myself. Which would take some time, but it's not that big of an issue, I don't think. Like, oh shit, I need to remember Control Shift Alt Thank you, Zukin. Fucking. I have that in my mind. What the? But the thing just fucking. Now I know. Alright, okay. Let's try and. Oh, that's not gonna work. Select subject. Buddy. That sort of worked. Maybe a magic wand. It's not ideal. But what I'm thinking is if we do something like this. You can get something like that. I'm just going to do here. And you get some really beautiful. Actually, yeah, so, oh, some shells. That'd be cool to have. Yeah, Paytus. Let me know if you can get a mask of this, because I kind of want to do one. But if I don't need to do one, then that's even more hype. Wasn't at the PC, but I heard my name. Okay, can you mask out these rocks in Substance with relative ease? So we could do things like this? No and yes. Okay. So would it be easier for me to paint these in? Like so? Because I can do that, and then that can just be part of this process. Okay. Oh, I see.
That's my girl.
Now that I'm going through these, I'm also like, oh, I could have, there's some detail here that doesn't feel right. Right here, this rock. So if, hey, if anybody wants to, just kidding. I was gonna try and offload this work. So one thing that I have noticed is that when I am doing this, it becomes pretty plain to me, plainly clear, that there's a rock or two that I can add definition to. So this is actually a really good way of catching that.
That's my girl.
Did I save before coloring? Yes, but also don't need to save, because I'm not doing it destructively. I'm just separating it out using color. Alright, instead of doing this, why don't I do this? This will help. And then view, we're going to not snap. Kuzak Rogue. Hail, Goblin. Long-time classic WoW fan, and I first played Eminem during the recent stress test. I'm absolutely enthralled by the game. Who'd you play as? What'd you play as? Human? Goblin? Dwarf? What else? Halfling? Maybe a gnome? At first I was a dwarven wizard, but then I decided to try a human wizard. Nice. Well, I mean, humans are good for some things, like scamming. Being good victims to a scam, so That's good. You're fulfilling the role that you need to in an MMO. What'd you think of it? As someone that plays, look, I only play Classic WoW, really. And I played Retail WoW. And I have fallen out of love with Retail WoW. For many reasons. Right? And even Classic now feels like it's not quite hitting the same, like, feel or vibe that I want. Like, that I want in an MMO. And Monsters and Memories really feels like that for me. Feels really good. And it feels exactly like I'd want it to. Sandwichy combat, you know. Which is combat that you can do while eating a sandwich. Camping, lots of novelty. As a Classic WoW guy, like, how do you feel about that stuff? Well, there's a little bit of history that. Oh man, I did Dwarven Wizard 2. The role is so much fun. As of Creation seems to be shaping up pretty well, but it's def more PvP, and they're insane asking for $120 for an alpha. That's a lot. It's a good game. I mean, the market is there, I suppose. So lately, Classic Season of Discovery has my focus. I can tell the team has a deep love for Warcraft, especially Warcraft 3, and I really respect and admire it, and the game they have made with Classic has earned my full attention. Yeah. Season of Discovery was a little bit of a departure for me. As much as I liked it, and it was new content and pretty cool and all that stuff, it was kind of weird to see combinations that you didn't expect and that didn't fit that class identity nearly as well. What was I gonna say? Oh, what race class WoW did I play in Classic WoW? When I was a kid, I played an undead warlock. And you could not convince me to play anything else. It was the coolest thing. I loved my imp. It was just, yeah, it was so fucking cool. Then, my parents were like, wait, what? You're paying for this? Per month? No way. And so I had to stop. My last few days in that game was literally me just hanging out, talking to friends. I didn't level at all. I just wanted to hang out with everybody. I don't think I told them either. I was just like, this is really fun. Just talking. And then when I played for real, when Classic Relaunch came out, I played a undead warrior. Protection. I also played a undead mage called Burn Victim. He was a fire mage. But I also had many alts. And so I never actually finished anything. I never got to a high enough level where it mattered. Because I had fucking 5 or 6 level 20s. Because I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, wait, what? Encrypted 128-bit cheat viewers at gobviewers.ru. Fuck, that's funny. I love the feeling repping your class and fulfilling your role in M&M. I just love all the classes so yeah, no, it's awesome. When did I become a Goblin enthusiast? We'll tackle that in a bit. So, as a guy who mostly exclusively plays classic WoW, also, I went into M&M expecting to be exactly what I had heard EverQuest was for all these years. I really didn't ever know much about EverQuest besides that it and D&D were the core inspiration for WoW. It was kind of a magical experience because I had no experience with the MUD action system. So I was talking to NPCs as if they were players, like, excuse me, quest giver, can you tell me the names of the 5 heads? 5 heads of your academy? And then I learned that it only looks for keywords. Combat felt a little loose coming from a game that had been refined for decades, but that's to be expected. Yeah, the combat, there's still some things that I'm like art-wise that I think we need to get in. Like, I think you can be interrupted. I think right now the way it works is that if you get hit, that hit animation can actually interrupt whatever animation that you're doing, and so it interrupts your auto attack, which kind of looks a little jank, and I'm not happy with that. Unless we fix that, and I'm done. And then the next thing, yeah, you also don't want, you want like abilities to immediately fire off, not wait for anything. I think we have that in. You don't want anything to interrupt abilities except for maybe like full stun anims or something. Yeah, I had autism. Yeah, it's true. Debating a little of the hardcore classic on the anniversary server. I'm not going to play on the anniversary server as on hardcore because it's going to progress all the way through and I'm never going to make it. And I don't mean like I'm never going to make it as in I'm going to die, because I might, but I think I'm pretty good at the game. But I'm also like not cocky. So I think I'll be able to do pretty good. But that being said, I'm very slow. I'm a very slow leveler. Like, I would love to just continue off from where I was in my classic WoW guys, but they all got migrated over to fucking Cataclysm or Wrath, or sorry, BC, then Wrath, then Cataclysm, and all my characters are there now because I didn't pay to split them, and I thought, oh, TBC should be fun. Or I didn't even think that. I just thought it would be more population, but it's fine. It's fine. There's still so much I need to learn about the game. I heard there might be a player housing system. Yes, there will be, and that got me to wonder if there was a player city system plan. But maybe I'm just thinking too ambitiously. I can tell you a little bit about it if you want. Yeah, Bo Brown. I'm still painting rocks. Actually, the painting rocks is done. I'm now coloring rocks. Different. Thank you. I'm playing the hardcore anniversary servers because the thing I value the most is world PvP and city attack, so we're in a golden age of vanilla before dishonorable kills are added. That makes sense. I'm only really logging on when friends are on now. Even a couple tests Eminem I played at least 4 with me. That makes sense. Then anniversary hardcore servers stay as vanilla, by the way. It doesn't progress to TVC. Oh, hold on. Really? I thought they were gonna do... If that's the case, then I might play the anniversary servers and just stay there. Okay, yeah, I'll just play the anniversary servers then. If they're gonna stay. I thought they would progress over to TBC. Is this MFer lying to me and I'm gonna be pissed? Once I've invested like another 30 levels, which is not a lot in comparison to everybody else, but... Okay, I need to turn this off just for a moment. Maybe not just for a moment, maybe we'll just keep it off. Man, this is relaxing work. The hardcore server is staying vanilla. The normal / PvP will go to TBC. They're doing the vanilla phases though. I see. I only hit level 7, but bringing me back, I got the pre-order collector's edition at vanilla release and came over with a bunch of Shadowbane friends. Cool. Never played Shadowbane. Sorry, I don't have much to say about that. Someone asked a little bit ago, where did my obsession with goblins start? It's actually wild. It's been literally in my dreams since I was as long as I can remember. Nightmares, my parents being like these green creatures like hovering over me. Like, it's wild. There's been only like goblin dreams for like as long as I can remember. And I know it's weird, but eventually I went, okay, I'm just gonna sort of roll with it because I feel like I could tap into this artistically. I feel like I know, you know. There's some different sort of plane of existence that's telling me to make Goblin art. I've not watched it, but every time someone mentions Goblin Slayer, I hit them with a, or they like post like a Goblin Slayer gif. I hit them with an NPC reaction gif. It's like that's anybody that just goes straight to that, and like very original. Thing is, like I like these games. It doesn't hurt me to kill other goblins. Some goblins deserve to die. It's true. Like an oasis of cannon fodder. Green tide. But the green tide will eventually wash over, you know? There's I don't like the WoW goblins that much. The vanilla WoW goblins were pretty good, but once they got their like weird Boston accent, and then they really like, before they were sort of like miscellaneous tinkerers, but now they're like tinkerer, like, you know, like what's the word, savants, you know, like it just, I felt like, can't goblins just be sneaky and good at stabbing things, you know? Like, why do they have to have this mob boss sort of thing going on? And the mob stuff started to, like, really rub me the wrong way, because it's like, why is this so modern? You're a fantasy game, and you're like, we got the Italian mob, or whatever, or the Boston, it just felt weird. There's like pimps and stuff, and it's just fucking WoW goblins suck. Yeah. And I hate their color palette for Goblin Cities. It's like they're really, whoever decided, you know, that to be the case really fucking screwed WoW goblins over for all time. Because before it was like this like light steel metal, you know? And then they're like, okay, let's choose like the most like muddy sewer, like greens and reds and blues and yellows, and so it's like everything's in there. It's not like they chose anything. It's just not great. Not great. Dislike. Not a fan. Did you play Crowfall? No, I didn't. I thought about it. I looked into doing it, and by the time I looked into it, it was already like sort of too late, or they were like doing like a hiatus thing before they brought it back. I really dislike the coverage that Lazy Peon had on that game, though. I thought that was like, that was rough. The game is like an MMO, and this guy was treating it like no, the game must tell me everything that you know, without any player engagement. Player engagement is cheating. And it just felt so wrong. It's like, no, you realize that they're here and talking to you and pointing to you to the right direction because they are, as players, are invested in getting people on their team to do things. So I don't know much about the game, but I do know that I did not like that. Holy shit, this is taking a long time. Fuck. Is a Shadowbane is still alive, a bit still, and the 2 EMS that was going on, and a Korean company bought it, and the Steam app in-app purchases. That's disgusting. That sucks. There's a special place in my heart for WoW goblins, but they feel distinct a lot from fantasy goblins, for good or ill, and they became IMO, a critique on capitalism and abusing the environments for riches. Like, it's like goblins were their own thing until they were like, nobody remembers the venture companies, so we're gonna make a new goblin faction. Yeah, I feel like it being a critique, it's like feels fine. Yeah, I guess they're mostly just not for me. I do have some in retail. I did play some goblins though, so at one point I was a goblin shaman, which, how the hell does that work? But there's like mechanized totems and stuff, and I was like, this feels wrong. Like, it felt kind of right for a goblin, but it felt wrong, like, for like every other aspect of it. Why would the elements lend me their power? It's like, no, I'm sort of taking their power, aren't I? But it didn't feel like that because none of the quests lent it towards that, I guess. I don't even think there was a shaman class quest. All goblins are walking here, true. Yeah, in the future, if we can get this sort of like texture or whatever with this stuff that can be masked out, that's ideal. Because I just realized, like, pretty much, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, what thing I actually had invested into. I was like, oh, this is actually going to take a really long time. Start off my journey. But it'll be nice because we'll be able to use this fucking anywhere. With lerps, or with changing color, I mean, it'll be really, really cool. Am I gonna play Pantheon? I haven't thought about that. I think I might if enough of the team also pick it up, and we'll give it a shot. I'm not as stoked on the player race choices and the aesthetic choices of Pantheon, but I'm also a very aesthetically driven player, so things really have to like click for me. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm fucking picky as shit. I won't play a character in an MMO if their animations don't click with me. Right? Like I won't play a female undead caster, because as good as the cast is, where they have like that underneath like thing, and then they like shoot their hand out and like blast or whatever, the undead male animations are so good that I can't even. It's just like that over where he kind of like fucking throws it over and like into the fucking into their face almost, you know. It feels so good. And so like things have to align perfectly. Like I stopped playing Monster Hunter because the sword that I got wasn't my cool ass red sword that I got. The upgrade that was ready for me was blue, and I was like, dude, fuck this. And I stopped playing. So aesthetically, it takes a lot for me to be invested into a game. And I know that's pretty unfair to like game designers who put in the hard work to make their game like designed really well and everything, but and I'm not overtly saying that the Pantheon art style is like, it's like rough or anything. There's some really good textures in there, some really good color palettes in there. Their models are starting to shape up. Some of their animations have been touched up, and it looks really good. But it's also not quite the style, I suppose, for me. Like I've never played like Fortnite, and I've never played Dauntless. Dauntless has like a pretty similar style, and it's mostly because of the art style. I just rolled a Goblin Rogue in retail, but I haven't played it yet, just because so many people said their stealth animations were made. Oh, dude, the stealth animations in Goblin Rogue fucking suck, in my opinion. I'm the exact opposite. I think that whoever those people were gaslighting you. The animations fucking slide. So their feet don't track, and it's this goofy ass like cartoon spy versus spy thing. Yeah, I big disagree. Big disagree on the Goblin stealth animations in World of Warcraft. One thing that I will say, Pajami Sammy. I love generic. Like, actually, generic is a good thing to me. But there gets like a little bit of a term that has a bad rap, because generic can really come off as bad and lazy. But generic isn't always bad and lazy. I would say that a lot of the stuff that we saw in 80s and 90s, and even World of Warcraft, to be honest, and things like Guild Wars, anything with like a class system where you play, you know, it's like those are generic, but they also had a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured into all of it, and care, and so they are able to, within that generic landscape, go, but there's content, there's, you know, like, there's depth, and these decisions, you know, it almost becomes like archetypal. Same with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, no offense guys, generic as fuck. But because there's so much put into it, it became something like archetypal, you know? And that's what design philosophy has pushed all of Eminem along, is we're going so generic that it's archetypal. Our dwarves are dwarven dwarves. We're not trying to rewrite anything here. Our goblins are very goblin-y. And there's little short guys. Yeah, there needs to be, you still need to have, like, there's this thing that Eminem has sort of taken, in terms of their art direction, our art direction, which is, it's fantastic realism, and so that means it's like, it's not real, it's not photoreal, right? But there's this painting type from the classic painters, Elmore, Rosetta, Keith Parkinson, that they're doing essentially like fantasy as real as they can, and it makes you believe in the world, but it's not like uber realism, because they didn't paint that. So it's like, it's historical events. Paul Bonner's one of them that happened, and you can see that these happened, and that this painter was there and painted that scene, you know, even though we know that dragon, or, you know, like lizard people don't exist. Okay, well, Let's not get into too many conspiracies here. I'm just listening to Vanilla Stranglethorn. Wow, stuff. Sorry, I'm reading and I'm trying to focus and get stuff done and also read, so I'm going back up the thing and coming back down and all that. Oh yeah, so one of the things that that I was going to get at with Monsters and Memories is, sure, we have fantastical realism, but it fits our game so much. It fits the vibe of our game so much. Like, if you applied this same like aesthetic, right, to any other game, you'd be like, well, what are you doing? Well, why this? I don't get it. But like, for us, it fits so well. It's like look at a really good connection between gameplay and art direction. Look at something like Shadows of the Colossus. That game made, like, its art direction made you feel that game and its gameplay style and the struggle and the climb up and the puzzle and the mystery and the awe and the danger, all in its art style. And then the gameplay was like exactly what the art style was on top of it, you know, and vice versa. The art style was exactly what the gameplay was. And that connection is something that Monsters and Memories, I think, has. It's a phenomenal connection that that Shadows of the Colossus. It's the same thing with like Mario, right? Like Mario Sunshine. It's like Mario Sunshine looks like a fucking Mario game. You're gonna be having fun. You're gonna be cleaning the city, you know, like, and it feels like you should be doing this, and you should be jumping up and saying yo and all that stuff. And you should be able to double jump in a game like this. It's like that sort of matching of aesthetic and gameplay is so important. Bo Brown says, also, I can't play a class that can't dual wield. Yeah, you're right. Like, there's a certain aesthetic that you're going to be after, and you just need that so much, and if you can't do that, you don't do it. Alright, good night, urbanartifactbeer.com. Artifactbeer.com. That's his name, and it's also his beer factory. Brewery. What the fuck did I just say? Beer factory? No problem. Thanks for the shout out. No problem. Yeah, there ought to be a decently cute face. But they're still gonna be grimy. You still have to fulfill the Goblin look. There was a recent here, one second, actually. I'm gonna save this. Take a look at this. If you look at the Goblin Archer here. She has long hair. So we're gonna have more hair options. Pretty cool. Yeah, right now she just has the ponytail. And the ponytail looks good, but and then poor male goblins will never have any hair options. And no, I'm not taking that back. It's something I believe in very adamantly, that the male goblins do not have any hair options. Once you do that, they start looking like too much like people. They start to have, you know, like this urban look to them. Sorry, not gonna happen. What they will have are spikes, though. They're gonna have spikes on their body. And so you'll be able to have a spike hawk. Like bone spikes. Skin barbs. But if you want hair, you can play as a female goblin. So count your blessings. Oh no! My fucking my YouTube sometimes glitches the fuck out and just repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. and I don't know why. Okay. Fuck, man.
That's what she said.
Alright. My YouTube glitches out. That's what she said. Alright, well. Obviously, I don't have a stream deck, so. Rip. Does anybody ever use their stream deck to play a game? Have you thought about making a Goblin art book? There's a couple of things that have crossed my path and mind, but Goblin art book hasn't been it yet. I've planned and tried and thought about doing some like a Goblin like deck of cards along with other fantasy races. I've thought of doing like I've thought of doing like games with goblins in them, but I feel like a Goblin art book is like a thing that you do once you're like successful as an artist or whatever, you know? Like that's something that you work your way up to and then you go, I think I'm ready, and then you can like do a collective of all your goblin work and like do reworks and make it all pretty. And I've thought about doing like bestiaries. I've thought about doing a lot of other comics. Like I thought about doing like a Goblin comic. I once wrote a couple chapters for a Goblin novel. But nothing has ever finished, so I wouldn't say I'm the best at finishing things. And the problem with it is that you have to, because it's such a big project, and it's a problem, same problem with fucking making games, but it's such a big project, and it's not like quite easy, you know, like how many like pages do you think that a Goblin book would have, right? How many illustrations? And it's like 10 isn't enough. Well, is it 30? I feel like if you're gonna do 30, you might as well do like blow them out of the water and do like 50. 30 could be like it, but 30 illustrations of goblins, it's like, and fully finished, rendered, done in the same style, because that's the other thing, they have to be stylistically consistent, so you can't just like take all your old work and put it there. You have to like make a bunch of other like new stuff that is stylistically within like the same novel, unless you like break it up in style or whatever. But then it just becomes like an amalgamation of your work, I guess, and then it becomes like a Goblin art book, as in like me the artist, not like a book of goblins. So I don't know, I haven't really, because there's been so many things that should come before it. And when I say it's a big project, I mean that you have to work on that without any income. You have to do commissions on the side and all that other stuff, and And now I'm just coming up with excuses of why I haven't done it. You would have little Goblin bios and facts, maybe some short comics and such. Sketches can be added too. Maybe if Eminem really takes off, you'll get the big bucks. Here's hoping. Oh, did I skip one? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I skipped a row. Hey everybody, posture check. Okay. Oh, fuck. Snap turned on while I was... Alright, sorry. Honestly, Pajami Sammy, if you tell a decent amount of people that, you know, about it, something that is nice is that, like for example, if we waited until, like, you know, a little bit before release to go, hey, blah blah blah, like we wouldn't have this community. We wouldn't have this many people that are helping us test. We wouldn't have all this stuff that is facilitating, you know, whether or not we should even be investing time into this, all that. So, honest to God, the more the merrier. They might say, oh, well, it's not for me. It's not far enough along. That's okay. It's not far enough along. You can go, cool. Cool. Catch you when, you know, we're a year into early access or something. Or catch us when we hit early access. Or catch us, you know, once we finally have like the full game and all of its content like actually fleshed out, so you can come play on a 1.0, you know. But if one of their friends gets, like one of your friends gets into it, you know, maybe they're playing with some other people, and then they go, hey, have you checked this out? And then, you know, it's the, what's that fucking show? Pay It Forward? Is that a pyramid scheme? Is Pay It Forward a pyramid scheme? Is it like the nice version of a pyramid scheme? Because that's the thing, we're not asking for money. So it can't really be a scheme. Though I love the sound of that. As a goblin. I found out about it in a random YouTube comment from a Pantheon video. I didn't even know this game existed before then. Many people are really skeptical about MMOs right now. True, they should be. Yep. I think they would come along when they realize the game is coming out and people are enjoying it. True, I also think that's true. I think I might check out some stuff next playtest, but playing every time isn't for me. That's also completely fair, yeah. You can always try and temper expectations by explaining where it's at right now and why you're excited for the future rather than why you need to get involved right now. Yeah, like I'm keeping this on my radar because it's a game that, you know, and start to, you know, sing our praises. But I'm skeptical because, you know, they're an indie dev team. They only have so many resources. And the art style stinks, and some of the devs, like that Goblin guy, fucking sucks. You can really tell by the way that he talks that he thinks he's better than everybody else. Especially gnomes. Oh, that's the part that you haven't heard people say. Got it. That's the part. There are a lot of people that are like, dude, the art style fucking sucks. I will never play this game. Why does it look like trash garbage made in 2001? You know? Lots of people don't like the art style. But that's what you happen along anytime you have a art style. So, I mean, sure. And then they go, I just don't understand why all these indie devs just can't make a completely realistic game using the technology that we have today. Also, why isn't my AAA game out yet? Why is it taking 10 years? I'm just... Yeah. Yeah, sorry. It's not... Well, I'm not salty. I'm just an observation with a little bit of sprinkle, a little sarcasm. Regarding PvP servers, will it just be free for all? Will city and town guards help players who are being attacked by other players in city or towns, or is it too early to know? I don't know how the PvP flagging within cities is going to work, but I do know that there will be factions, and those factions are going to be based off of your starting race, and you can change those factions over time by doing relatively intensive rep grinding, but yeah, it's in terms of faction wise, I'd imagine that you go to the guards to help yourself from being, you know, like killed by a bunch of goblins if you're near like an elven city, because the elves will not like goblins for sure. Or a dwarven city. Like, I don't think goblins are going to be really interacting with many dwarves. And then the same thing if you're in like a troll city or whatever, and there's just like a high elf, you're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing here? Kill on sight. Fuck you. Yeah, I think the art style does fit the game, and it works. And so I'm not worried about any of that. If you played as an Ixar, I have a feeling that playing as a Deep Dwarf will be a similar sort of experience. Though Deep Dwarves might have a little bit of a connection with Deep Elves, and but who knows? I don't actually know what the connection is. I think Deep Dwarves and Deep Gnomes might get along. But that's my expectation in terms of faction. But again, we haven't really dug into faction yet, and like who dislikes who, and I mean, we have. There's lots of lore that I'm not saying that defensively, as in like we're just making it up as we go. It's just that mostly I don't know, and we'll probably have a good amount of like meetings to really clarify a lot of stuff. No name for the reptile race, the lizard men, yet. I like to tentatively call them Zirconians. Probably. There's already an Only Goblins guild. almost every playtest. Yep. Players can integrate themselves into monster cities with enough rep grinding. Kill enough bloody nose goblins, then you'll be able to gain reputation with the Ashira. Kill enough Ashira, you may or may not be able to gain enough reputation with the bloody nose goblins. Yeah, well, we'll see. We still have lots of faces to go. How'd you guys like the variation? Did you guys check out the variations on the female wood elf, by the way? I felt like the female wood elf had a good amount of variations for the face. It was nice because at one point I saw 3 or 4 female wood elves just hanging out, and none of them had the same face, and it was like, oh, that's nice. I like that. Felt really good. It's those goddamn dough-eared idiots. Those naturey, pansy-ass wood elves. Call them out on it. Don't call me out on it. God, no. Call them out on it. Call the wood elves themselves. For their dumb ears. The dwarves and their fucking pug faces. Scrunched up pug faces. I'm just making fun of all of these races. It's okay, everybody calls goblins sewer gnomes, so. We can't have every race running around flipping. That doesn't make any sense. By the way, we're coming near the end. Coming to the near end of this of coloring these rocks. I thought I'd be able to get to the wood elf and finish off the armor, but I think once I'm done this, I'm going to take a break and come stream later tonight. Ooh-wee. And by later tonight, probably tonight, like 2 a.m. or something. I am not a streamer, but I show you my art via stream. It's kind of nice. There was this art project that I did in university about talking almost exclusively about like how the process is kind of like an art in itself, and it felt good to be able to share like a time lapse to see how things were done, to demystify art or whatever from being just this thing that just exists. I love seeing the process of things like that personally in art forms that I don't understand, and so I made like an art project on that essentially, and it was really fun, really cool. And now here I am sharing a lot of the process. So how cool is that? How cool is that? And I went into a room and read her diary. Oh, I'm glad. Sometimes, dude, sometimes I just zone out completely and nobody talks to me and I don't talk to anybody, and it's like it's just silent and it is very relaxing. Holy shit, I just realized we're on one of the last rocks. It's like probably the last 10 rocks. Home stretch. Okay, cool. Let's do this. What if... Holy shit. 1 second. What if... Can I do this? Please? Ooh, yeah. God, I'm so fucking smart. So you outline them all, and what that means is that everyone is outlined, and you're essentially selecting everything but the insides, and then you inverse that selection, boom, and now we have. Oh shit, that looks good. Oh fuck yeah, that is hype as fuck. Oh! Whoa! How cool does that look? How fucking cool does that look? Oh my god! Alright, now check this out. Oh, hold on. I need to grab this. And so now what we can do is go to this levels. And have like black sand. With gold on it. But we could do like anything. We could do like, let's try like gold sand. Oh, hold on. Oh, I need to add this mask. Oh no, I want the other way. Select the eye. Oh, there we go. That's the cool thing that I wanted. So now we have fucking... We can get like cool darkness. And then this. I was gonna do something like that. What if we had like a blood red? This might be getting a little too intense. And then this, we can chill out on the intensity, maybe something like that. Oh, that's cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck. It doesn't have to be red, it could be like... Let's turn these off. Keep this normal sand color. Well, hold on. Actually, instead of that, let's turn this into... And we can do like a more yellow sand or something. And we can chill out the... And so we get like this sort of yellow sand instead of the beige. So we can do yellow sand. And then we could do like black rock or something. Oh, we'd have to change, we'd have to do the same thing where the levels or whatever are on the other thing. And we could change how dark it is. Do like fucking green if we wanted to, I'd imagine. Oh my god, that coral. Look at that blue into that. That's beautiful. Okay, so this is fucking cool. Yeah, Emerald Isle right there. Boom. That's fucking sick. That gold one was really impressive. I'm just taking some screenshots now. Unbelievable. Alright, okay. Hold on. This looks fucking so dope. I can't not be stoked for it. So I need to chill the fuck out, essentially. Okay, so that's cool, and then we'll do one last color. What goes good with brown? Maybe, oh, maybe if I do this, and then I do the levels on this. and then I can bring this. Oops. We'll copy this. We'll invert this. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy fuck. That is so good. Yeah, and then with the hex pattern, holy shit. Okay, hold on. I need to fucking tell the team about this. I need to tell the fucking team about this. Now, this isn't really magic. Or even me. Like, I did some things in Photoshop, but this is all going to be able to happen in game. As in, we're going to have a texture, and we're going to have a material, and that material will be able to take these masks and apply different color and hue and saturation to each one of these masks. So we have a semi-grayscale looking type thing. And then we're able to color it in any which way that we want and change the values in any which way that we want on each mask and layer. And so we should be able to... Holy shit, 1 second. Oh, God. We're going to be able to do all this stuff that I just did. In Engine. So... Okay, so here's the other thing. This is cool and everything, but